This is Ola, my Empire Pro, your favorite real estate coach. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your empire starts today. I've written 3 game-changing books. Download them free at myempirepro.com/books. I'm also looking for partners, money, time, or anywhere in between. If that's you, visit myempirepro.com/partners. And if you want to try the all-in-one PropStream software for free, go to myempirepro.com/PropStream. Stay tuned. Let's build your $10,000 per month real estate empire. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to have you. Focus killer, the number one thing destroying your real estate business, your real estate momentum. Let's talk about that today. Of course, I'm going to give you the 10K per month blueprint. So most wholesalers, they don't fail because of lack of skill. They fail because of distraction. So let's talk about the number one focus killer that silently destroys your momentum and how to beat it. You know, when I started my business about 20 years ago, I thought success came from doing more marketing, more marketing channels, more strategies, more tools, more mentors. I figured if I just kept adding something, something had to click eventually, right? But what actually happened was the opposite. The more I had it, the more scattered I became. My energy was split into 100 different directions, and my results barely moving. And here's the truth: most people don't want to admit, okay? They don't want to admit what? They don't want to admit that distractions looks a lot like productivity. It looks like you're busy, you're learning, watching webinars, buying new systems, testing out new lead sources, tweaking your CRM, your Podio, and it all feels like work. But it's not the kind of work that brings you a signed contract. It's the kind that keeps you stuck between gathering data, making contact, between those two, gathering data and making content. And that's the dead zone where momentum literally dies. So let's define it clearly. The focus killer in wholesale real estate is chasing multiple strategies, multiple tools, and mentors all at once. And you've probably been there. I've been there, I know. You start learning about cold calling, then a YouTube ad says direct mail is the secret. You sign up for a course on texting campaigns, but halfway through, someone on Facebook swears by door knocking, and then another guy says, forget all that, you just need PPC. Before you know it, you've just got you got 10 tabs open at the same time, a half-finished Podio CRM setup, and no actual offers in the pipeline. So I get it. And we live in a world that rewards shiny object syndrome. I talked about this in the previous video. Every day there's a new marketing hack, a new automation, a new AI tool promising to make deals easier. But the truth, nothing replaces focus. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And here's how I learned that lesson the hard way. See, earlier on, I was trying everything. I had cold callers. I had cold callers, mailers, a VA scrubbing list, Facebook ads, all running at once. I thought I was scaling. I thought I was building a business. I thought I was building a business, but really I was just spreading thin resources across too many fronts. My team was confused. My budget was bleeding. And worst of all, my attention was fractured. So what would happen is I would start a campaign and abandon it before it actually matured. I'd switch strategies midweek because the podcast made me second guess myself. Deals slipped through the cracks because I was busy building systems. It felt like motion, but it wasn't progress. So again, I know you might be going through something similar. Then one day, I decided to do one thing radical, very radical. I cut everything but one marketing channel. Okay. And I told myself I was going to master that one marketing channel. And you know what happened? Within 60 days, deals started closing faster. Well, what happened was I started filling my pipeline. My first deal entered the pipeline, as I've told you the story many times before. I knew my script inside out. I was just talking to people. My team was dialed in as well. We tracked every number. I started to partner with my mentor at the time, and that focus changed everything. Now, here's what that taught me. Mastery beats multitasking every time. Okay, it doesn't matter what the strategy is, as long as you focus in. When you focus on one channel, just one, you give yourself the bandwidth that you actually need to actually learn and master it. You start recognizing patterns that other people will not see. You start understanding nuances, spotting opportunities, and you're not guessing, you're growing. And once you've turned that one channel into consistent deal flow, then you can layer on another one. So, and this is something that you can't see unless I tell you the way I'm telling you right now. Think of it like building muscle. You don't go to the gym and do 20 different random exercises every session. You focus on one key lift. You get stronger and you build from there, right? The same goes for your business. Now, let me ask you something. If you had to choose just one marketing channel, okay, to go all in on for the next 90 days, which would it be? Okay, not 5, not 3 channels. I'm talking about marketing channels. I'm talking about just one. And before you say, I don't know, let me give you a quick mental exercise. Ask yourself a simple question. This question right here. What's the one thing that I can do today that moves me closer to a signed contract? One thing. There's a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. You might want to pick up that book. It's a very good book. I'm talking about something not closer to a new idea. I'm not talking about a prettier spreadsheet again. I'm not talking about the newest CRM template. Something that gets you closer to a signed contract. Because when you start measuring your day by that question results, your priorities shift instantly. You start filtering out the noise. You start focusing on signals. You stop chasing information and start chasing results. So if it doesn't move you toward contract, it's probably a distraction. If it doesn't move you closer to a contract, it's a distraction, period. See, most wholesalers are trapped in what I call the learning loop. They consume content endlessly, convincing themselves they are preparing, but in reality, preparation becomes procrastination, and procrastination kills deals every day of the week. Okay, so I'll tell you what breaks that loop. Clarity. You need to be clear, and clarity is deciding what game you're playing. You need to decide, and you need to decide what winning looks like. Okay, once and for all. So for example, if your goal is to close 2 wholesale deals a month, ask yourself, what's the one marketing channel that gives me the best chance to hit that? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. What's the one daily action that I can take to fill that pipeline? It's a pipeline business, okay? And what's the one metric? Okay, you need to have SMART goals. What's the one metric that tells me if I'm on track or not? And that's it. And that's your focus framework, okay? So if you don't have that in place, of course, I'm here to help with that. Everything else, every new idea, every better way that you might hear, every hack, all those things get filtered through that lens. And if it doesn't serve your one focus, it doesn't get your attention. That's where you need to get to. You want to know what's really crazy? The more I simplified, the faster my profit multiplied. And it's happened to me over the years. And I get distracted every now and then too. See, when I stopped chasing 10 things and poured into one, it was like the fog lifted. Okay, so my team knew exactly what to do. My time was structured. Time is everything, right? My results were predictable, and suddenly I wasn't stressed. So I was in control. Finally, deals started to stack, not because I was doing more, and it's an ongoing battle because I've fell apart a few times since I started doing this, but I know what to get back to focus, or when to get back to focus. And that's the paradox of momentum. It's not built on chaos, it's built on clarity. Now, this doesn't mean you can't learn from different mentors or learn a new idea or explore new strategies down the road, but things needs to be in structure. Timing matters. You need to learn in sequence, not in chaos. Implement, test, refine, and then you expand, right? So think about it this way. If you try to learn 5 languages all at once, you'll never become fluent in any one of them, right? So, but if you focus on one language until you're fluent, picking up the next one becomes 10 times easier. And business works the same way, okay? So focus creates fluency. Yeah, focus creates fluency. When you're fluent in one marketing channel, when you know how to pull a list, filter leads, start conversations, analyze deals, and close, then and only then do you have a foundation solid enough to stack more channels on top. Okay, so if you're listening right now and feeling like your momentum has been off, your energies are scattered everywhere, I understand, okay? And maybe deals are inconsistent. Take a deep breath, step back, simplify, ask yourself, what's your one focus? What's your one focus? Ask yourself, what's your one focus? Write it down, circle it, and commit to it for the next 90 days. Don't buy another course. Everything you need, I have a free course on this channel, but don't buy another course. Don't switch mentors. Don't jump platforms. Just go all in one strategy until you've proven it works. Because here's the thing, your results aren't waiting on new idea. I promise you. They're waiting on a new level of commitment to the one you already have. And no, you don't need a miracle. You need momentum. And the only way it's going to happen is focus. Momentum doesn't just come from dabbling in and out of different things. It comes from dedication. And I've coached hundreds of wholesalers. You know that, you can see here. And every single one who broke through did it by narrowing down their focus, not expanding it. They stopped being spectators and they start being executors. They start executing. They didn't need to reinvent their system. They just needed to stay consistent long enough to see it work. And it's a struggle. It's easier said than done. I know who I'm talking about. So remember, information is not power. Execution is power. So if you want to regain momentum, here's your challenge. Pick one channel, one marketing channel, set one goal. Make it a SMART goal. Make sure it's measurable, and take one daily action that pushes you closer to a signed contract. That's it. Keep it simple. Every day, do the next right thing in that one lane. I can't stress this enough, because once you learn to control your focus, everything else falls in place. Your systems, your confidence, and of course, your income. So, and before you know it, you look back, another 90 days is gone, and you realize you didn't need to chase everything. You just needed to master something. You needed to master something. You can't control distractions, but you can control your commitment. Again, it's easier said than done. All right. So next, we'll uncover how commitment separates the dabblers, people that dabble in and out of everything. Okay, this is setting apart the winners from the losers. Okay. Yes, I'll be right back. Stay tuned. I will be right back. This is Ola, my Empire Pro, your favorite real estate coach. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your Empire starts today. I've written 3 game-changing books. Download them free at myempirepro.com/books. I'm also looking for partners, money, time, or anywhere in between. If that's you, visit myempirepro.com/partners. And if you want to try the all-in-one PropStream software for free, go to myempirepro.com/PropStream. Stay tuned. Let's build your $10,000 per month real estate empire.